Hello, so today I am going to show you how you can delete everything from your Shopify store using the Matrixify app. Now, this includes everything from orders, product, customers, and so on. So let's get cracking. Now, we're going to start by heading to the Matrixify app. And on the Matrixify app homepage, we would then need to press New Export. On the new export page, we can then select the format which we would like to export in. In this case, I am going to be exporting to the Excel format, but if you are exporting a very, very large amount of data, then you would export to the CSV file format. However, as we're not exporting that much data in this case, we will be exporting in the Excel format. Once we have selected the format that we are going to be exporting in, then we can select what sheets we are going to be exporting. Now, as we're looking to delete the whole store, we will need to export basically everything. So pressing the select sheet drop down here, select to export products, smart collections, custom collections, customers, companies, discounts, draft orders, orders. We do not need to select payouts, as payouts are export only, meaning we cannot import them and delete them, so we don't need to export payouts. Then moving on, selecting pages, blog posts, redirect. The same also goes for activity as for payouts, that this is an export only entity, meaning that it cannot be imported and deleted, so we'll leave that unchecked. And then go ahead and select files and meta objects and shop. So once that's all selected, we can then go into each entity's drop down. Now, for almost each entity, we only need to select to export basic columns, as all we need is something that will identify the entity and the command column to tell the app to delete the entity. So going into products, we only need to select basic columns. For smart collections, we only need basic columns, and basically repeat this for all entities. Now, with this last entity, shop, you need to export both basic columns and meta fields. The reason being is that it's not possible to delete your actual shop. However, you can delete meta fields from your shop with this import, and that is exactly what we're going to be doing in this case. So select both basic columns and meta fields for the shop entity. And once everything's been selected, just moving up through each drop down, making sure that basic columns has been selected for each entity. And if all looks good and basic columns has been selected for each, to mention, you can also export other data for each entity as well if you so wish. It doesn't have to be strictly just basic columns, but to make the export that much faster, you can just export basic columns and it will work exactly as we need it to regardless. No export options at the bottom of the page need to be changed before you export. You can leave those as they are. You don't need to change anything here. Once everything's been selected, you literally only just need to press export. So now, once you've pressed the export button, you'll see that your data will now start exporting. So as you can see, products have been exported and everything else is also getting exported in the process. And you can see that happening in real time as well. So now we'll just wait till everything's exported. The export has now finished and we can go ahead and download the exported file by clicking on the Download Exported File button. Now you can see the file has been downloaded and we can click on it to open it. Now, once we have opened our exported file, we will be able to see all the different entities in the different sheets and tabs in the exported file. Now, the first thing that we need to do is we need to start by reversing the order of the sheets and tabs in the exported file. And the reason for this is because if we were to import back the file as is with the sheets and tabs in the order that they are currently in, customers would not be able to be deleted if they are linked to orders. This is because Shopify does not allow to delete a customer that is linked to an order. But if we reverse the order of the sheets in the file and orders come first, then the orders will be deleted first and the customers will be imported after, and then they will be able to be deleted. So starting with the export summary sheet, this isn't needed for import. It just tells you what exactly has been exported with this export, but it can't be imported. So we can go ahead and delete that. Then moving on to shop. Now, shop can't actually be deleted with this import, but what we can do with this import is we can remove the meta fields from your shop, which is exactly what we're going to be doing here. So to delete and remove the meta fields, all you would need to do is just remove the values from the meta field as so, and just leave them empty, only leaving the meta field headers, and it would look something like this, and that would be all you need to do. And then dragging shop to the beginning of the file as we are reversing the order of the sheets as mentioned previously. Then moving on to meta object. Now, Matrixify is not able to delete meta object definitions. However, what the app is able to do is the app is able to delete meta object entries, and that is exactly what we are going to be doing now. And the way to do that would be to change the command to delete. And that would be that. That is all you need to do to delete the meta object entry. And once you've set the command to delete, you then drag the sheet and drop it after shops. And that would be it for meta object. Then moving on to files, it would be the exact same idea of just adding the command delete and dragging that down for all rows and putting that after meta objects. And it really would then be the same for each entity in the file, changing the command to delete, dragging after the previous entity that we just dragged forwards, and then moving on to the next. My store doesn't have any blog posts, so we can just remove that sheet. And then for pages, then again, adding the command delete, and so on until you get to the last entity and product is at the end. So I'll just quickly go ahead and do that. And now once you have changed all the command column values for all of your sheets, and for shop, remove the values from meta fields, and the sheet tab order has been reversed, you can then go ahead and save your file. You can really name the file anything, but in this case I'm going to name it Matrixify Delete Shop. So go ahead and save that file. And once the file has been saved, you can then go to the Matrixify app and in the import section, press add file. Then select the file that you would like to import, which in this case is Matrixify Delete Shop. Upload the file, and here you'll be able to see the file uploading. And now the file is being analyzed by the app. And here you'll be able to see all the sheets in the file and that we have changed the command to delete in these files. So this warning is completely normal, as we would in fact like to delete these entities. So the command should be delete. If everything looks good and as it should be, you don't need to change any options for this import. They can stay as they are. And if everything looks good, we can then go ahead and press import. And now once you have pressed import, you will see that your data is importing and being deleted. If we go down, we can see all of the data that we are importing is in fact being deleted. And once the import has finished, you can download the import results file if you run into any errors or warnings along the way. But generally your import should look like this, and all of the data from your store should now be deleted. And if we go to products, for example, you'll see that there are no products anymore. If we go to orders, we'll see that there are no orders. I'll just refresh the page just to show that there are, in fact, no orders anymore. And yes, that would generally be it. That is how you can delete everything from your Shopify store using the Matrixify app. We also have a written tutorial that you can follow on this same topic as well if you find that easier. Here is everything that I've just talked about, just in written form. You can find that on our website, matrixify.app, in the tutorial section. And I will also leave a link to this tutorial in the description of this video so that you can easily get to it. And if you would like to reach out to us, you can do so here on our Contact Us page. And that would be it. That is how you can delete everything from your Shopify store using the Matrixify app.